What's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining me for another edition of Tito Tuesdays. Now, if you're new to my channel, this is where you ask me any question you want, whether it pertains to barbecue or whatever. Any question you have, leave it in the comment section below in this video, and I will answer it in next week's video. Now, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already, I'd truly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification so you know every time I put up a new video when that happens. Again, if you're new to my channel, thank you guys for joining me. Those of you who have been loyal followers, subscribers, I truly appreciate every single one of you. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right, so the first question this week is from John Mejia, and I hope I pronounced your last name right, John. He says, "What's up, James? Love the show, big fan." Thank you, John. I truly appreciate it. He says, "What's your opinion on the Oklahoma Joe Highland offset? Thanks for the feedback. Much love from Las Vegas." I love Las Vegas. I've been telling the wife we definitely need to get out there again soon. Hopefully I can make that happen this year. Maybe a little birthday trip come December can be put in the works. But anyway, what's my opinion on the Oklahoma Joe? Now, the Highlander, I've never used it. However, it's really funny that you asked this question because just within the last couple days, I've had a coworker who is looking to buy one or buy a smoker, an offset smoker for her husband. And, so she came to me and asked me about it. And I actually recommended the Oklahoma Joe Highlander to it. I recommended the Oklahoma Joe Highlander to her. I found it at my local HEB for, I think it was like right around $300, which was really surprising because I was not expecting it to be that cheap. I did check it out. While it isn't as thick as some of the other pits that they have out there, it wasn't as thin as some of the other ones they had out there. I thought it was like right in the middle. If you're a backyard cook and you're looking for an entry-level offset smoker that isn't going to break the bank, I think that Oklahoma Joe Highlander is a good option. I would buy one. In fact, I'm probably going to buy the one that I saw at my local HEB just so I can have another, not that I need more pits, but I would love to have a, smaller offset on my back porch that I can use. But I've never cooked on one, so I don't know how they cook. But I think for the price point, the cooking space, I think, and I don't know if they have different sizes of the Highlander, but the one I saw, there was a little over 600, probably about 615 roughly square inches of cooking space. So, if I'm cooking for me and the wife, just around the house, something small like that, but I want that offset experience, offset flavor, which sometimes I crave, I think that would be an excellent choice. If you're thinking about it, John, listen, for the price point, again, the one that I saw was only $300. So for that price point, I don't think you could beat it. And it felt like it was built, fairly well. So, again, I'm probably going to pull the trigger and buy one here soon because I really am missing the offset on my back porch. So I hope that helps answer your question. All right, so next up is a question from Mark Silva. He says, will you be competing at Highland function in October? I need to know what competition I'm going up against. Plus, I need to know how much Tito's I need to bring. Mark. I'm not sure when that cook-off is that you're talking about, Mark. I went on the IBCA website and I went on the Lone Star Barbecue Society website, and I didn't see anything for Highland. Maybe I missed it. If you can leave in this video down in the comment section what date that is, I can better answer that. I know the first weekend in October, I'll tell you right now, October is going to be really busy for me. The first weekend in October, I'm going down to Carrizo Springs to cook in a cook-off there. That actually, some of you might know him, Eric over at Camp House Company Barbecue. He's putting on a cook-off in Carrizo Springs, October, I think it's 4th and 5th. So I'll be there. And actually, the following weekend, the wife and I are going on a cruise. So that week, the second weekend, I believe it's the following weekend. I'm leaving on the 12th to the 19th. So those 2 weekends are out of the question for me. So unless it's like that last weekend toward the end of the month, I'm going to say right now, no, I won't be there. But again, leave in the comment section below which cook-off you're talking about and when those dates are, because like I said, I tried to look into it and I didn't find anything, but again, I could have simply missed it. So if you could provide that information below, I can better answer your question. All right, next up is Alex Brennan. He asked, hey man, how was a Tuscan chicken? It was excellent. If you guys, I think it was last week or something, the wife and I were doing some cooking inside, and I went live. I didn't make a video, but I did go live. So that's what he's talking about. It turned out excellent. It says, have you ever tried the Traeger chicken rub? If so, what do you think? You know, I actually have. In fact, Alex, oh, right here. Got some right here that I've used. This stuff is actually fairly good. I like it. I think it goes well on chicken. When in fact, I'm actually going to be cooking some chicken tonight out on the Traeger, and I'm going to. I think this is the rub that I'm going to use. So I have tried it. I do like it. I think it's a good rub. Not one that I would use in competitions, only because it's, you know, that's just a whole other animal. But if I'm cooking around the house, yeah, I would definitely use the chicken rub from Traeger, absolutely. All right, so next up is a question from Shane Corbishley. Shane, if I pronounce your last name wrong, I apologize, my friend. I said, hey, James, you were talking about cleaning and maintaining your cookers. Yeah, so last week someone asked a question about how, just kind of recap, how I clean my smokers. They had a question last week that answered, but that's kind of what Shane's referring to. It says, you talked about cleaning and maintaining your smokers. Is there anything that you use on your grates to keep them from rusting? I always burn and brush off after each cook on my Weber kettle, but I'm finding some rust still coming in. You know, Shane, yes, I notice when I noticed that if I leave, even if I clean my grates, and look, I wanted to show you guys, this is one of the things that I've been trying out recently from Los Pendejos, to make a spray for your a cleaner for your grills and your grates. So this is one that I've been trying out. There are a number of other companies that make some. I don't have a preference of one over another, quite frankly, but I will use this one, and I've used others in the past that are designed for grates. I don't use, I kind of touched on this last week. I don't use like household chemicals that you would use on your stove on my pits, but stuff that are specifically designed for pits, I do use. Now, I have noticed when I clean my grates, if I leave them outside, even in the pits with the vents closed and stuff, depending on the weather, I can definitely, if we get some rain, I can definitely notice rust on those. So a couple of things that I would suggest is, one, after you get done cleaning it, if you have a cover for your pit, make sure you cover your pit. I think that helps eliminate it some. Or two, sometimes after I'm cleaning them up, I will bring my grates inside and leave them inside so they're not exposed to the elements. I think those are two things that you could do to eliminate that rust buildup, but I definitely understand what you're talking about. There have been times when, you know, I try to clean mine even after a cook, but I'll leave them outside and I can, you know, see that rust building up. But one, cover your pits. Two, if you can't, I would bring the grates inside if possible. So I hope that helps answer your question, Shane. All right, so the last question of the day for the video is from Eating with CT Life. And it's kind of appropriate that we end with this question. He says, what do you mix with your Tito's? Well, here's my Tito's here. You see my Longhorn logo. And this is for that one Sooner fan who got butt hurt because I was wearing a Longhorn hat in a video and wanted to unsubscribe just because I'm a Longhorn fan. Hook 'em. Get out of here. Anyway, the only thing, I mean, you can mix anything with your vodka, with your Tito's, but the only thing, the absolute only thing that I mix with my Tito's, and I've showed this before, I'll show you here again real quick. Let me grab this. Is this cran mango from Ocean Spray. You try this cran mango with some Tito's. Listen, my wife actually bought some of this home one day, and just for her to drink. I ran out of what I had been drinking with, what I had been using to mix my Tito's. And I tried this with my Tito's. I've never went back to anything but this. But it's got to be Ocean Spray. There are other brands that make a cran mango. And I've tried them all, at least all the ones that I can get my hands on. And none of them are anywhere near as good as the Ocean Spray. I will go out of my way just to get the Ocean Spray. It's that dang good. So you guys, I hope I was able to answer all of your questions, or those of you that have asked or that asked a question. Again, if you have a question that you would like me to answer, and you know what, it doesn't even have to pertain to barbecue. Leave it in the comment section below in this video, and I will answer it in next week's video. Until next week, salut.